Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. Today is Monday, it is August the 15th, and this vlog is going to run through August the 21st on Sunday. This is for week number 33, so welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch. Last week's vlog was short and sweet for me. If you obviously couldn't tell, the weekend was a bit of a bust. I ended up getting sick, and then yesterday I really felt the effects. I didn't catch a cold. It must have been something I ate. It's the only thing I can think of. It was a stomach bug. It happened Saturday night into Sunday. I got very little sleep on Saturday. And finally on Sunday morning, when my husband finally got out of bed, he's like, okay, he was like, you've barely slept all night. What do you need? And he went off to the drugstore and he got me some Gravel. And I took the Gravel yesterday morning and that let me sleep for a good 3 hours, I think. I slept from like 10 until maybe 1, which wasn't a lot of time, but it was enough to kind of recharge my batteries a bit. But I literally was in a fog all day yesterday, like all day. I don't remember what I did. I know I probably just sat on our bed and just like watched TV. I think that's all that I did all day. I did finally listen to a bit of my audiobook yesterday just to get some reading done because I do have, I'm keeping track of my reading and I have a reading streak going and I'm now up to over 150 days and I didn't want to miss that streak. So I listened to my audiobook for a little bit yesterday, yes, which was great. But focusing on either a physical or a digital book, like an ebook, was not going to happen yesterday. So it's not until now that I feel better. I don't know about you guys, but Gravel always makes me feel foggy afterwards, like the after effects. But last night, oh my God, I slept. So I was laying in, like I said, I spent most of the day like in bed, but I did get up and we went to Walmart, as I had to pick up some things for my lunches this week. So we went over to Walmart and walked around there for a good hour or so, and I think that helped to keep me awake and keep me moving around and stuff like that. And then I had dinner last night, which was just like some soup. And then I ended up, it was about 8 o'clock. I was laying in bed, and I was trying to catch up on John Oliver because I'm a couple weeks behind in watching my John Oliver. And I literally got like 10 minutes into an episode. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't even keep my eyes open. So I turned it off and I put on like my ASMR rooms. I love watching those. Ambient Raiders, I think, is one of them. And they do some really pretty ones like with like rain and stuff like that. So it's like, but they're live. So it's not like it's only so many hours. It like goes forever. And I had that playing in the background. I don't even remember falling asleep last night. But I woke up this morning about 6 o'clock and I feel fantastic. And I want to do over on my Sunday. Because this week I'm about to work 6 days out of the 7 days. So the only day I have off this week is Saturday. I know, and I didn't plan this properly because this is the Create Your Own Readathon weekend coming up. But I did offer to work. In exchange for working this Sunday, I get next Friday off. So that's a bonus, right? But I'll talk more about that next week and stuff like that. So it's going to be a busy week. For some reason, I have started reading all of the books. So I have a whole bunch of books on the go right now. But I'm just jumping in right now very quickly to welcome you all to the vlog. Thank you so much for joining. As usual, any books that I finish this week, links will be in the description box below, like timestamps, to jump ahead to any individual review that you may want to go ahead and watch if you don't want to watch all the ramblings. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done this week. I do have to go into the office today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. So the only day I get to work from home is Thursday. And there's reasons for that. I'll get into that later on in the week. They're exciting reasons. And then Saturday, of course, it's a Saturday. And then Sunday I work from home. So that's cool. Or Sunday I work from home and then we're back to the grind again next week. So anyway, yeah, it's fun. I'm hoping I have a lot of audiobooks on my list to listen to. So the print book and the physical, or the audio, the print book and the 2 digital books I'm reading are really the only like physically reading with my eyeballs books that I have really planned for this week. So it's okay. I have a lot of audio that I want to get to though. That's the one thing. So let me share with you guys all the things that I'm currently reading. Almost all the things. I don't share with you the book that I'm currently reading for my Harlequin anticipated reads vlog. So do note that there's another book behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about yet. Because that's a thing. So My current audiobook is Marshmallow, Malice by Amanda Flower. I'm about 40% of the way through this one, and I'm liking it a lot. I don't want to give too much away because it would be spoilery for those of you who have not started the series yet, but I am enjoying it so far. Someone's been murdered at the church. She's a former Amish, and she left the community. That's all I want to say right now. I'm hoping to finish this today. We shall see. And these next two books are both carryovers I realized from last Monday. When I showed, when I was editing my vlog last night, that's the other thing that I did yesterday that I can remember doing, at least, when I wasn't feeling foggy, was that these two books I'm going to show you, I had both of them on that list on Monday. And I'm like, what are you doing? How have you not finished both of these books by now? But anyway, we're going to finish these in the next few days. I'm still reading Bulletproof Christmas by Barb. This is a Harlequin intrigue novel. I am almost done. I'm very... If I just sit down, I can probably get this one done tonight. I am in some reading sprints tonight over on Lee's channel on Dark Roots Creations. So maybe I will make this a priority to try and get this one done. The other one is a coming soon book, which is A Christmas Candy Killing by Christina Romelli, I think. There's the cover of it. I'm reading it on my Kobo. This is a NetGalley book. It comes out, I think, in October. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I am 30% of the way through this. I just haven't been picking it up. Guys, this is a problem. 35% of the way through this. So yeah, so I am enjoying this one quite a bit. And one of my lovely viewers pointed out they're doing a new Kobo Clara, which is what I have here. And I use this specifically just for NetGalley books as well as library books. So with the NetGalley books, I sideload these. I have I download the file and then I just transfer them to this device to read them that way. That's how I prefer to do it. Yeah, so that way this thing gets a lot of use. If not, because I know that they're changing like Mobi with Kindle and it's a thing and I don't know and whatever. I don't know anything about it. And last but not least, for some reason, on Saturday, I started reading Kidnapped by Francine Pascal, which is book number 13 in the Sweet Valley High series. I literally picked this up for 20 minutes and I am already... You guys hear that? It's Bernard sneezing. Bless you, baby. You okay, Beans? Oh, he's sniffing on things and, I'm 30% of the way through this one. I'm on chapter 4. Like I said, I've been reading it I read it for about 20 minutes on Saturday. There's the cover. So yeah, I will not talk a lot about this one either because I'm probably going to get this one done in the next few days. But I have to go. I have to go and make my lunch and head off to work. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. Today is the 17th of August, and I'm here for a check-in. So I haven't talked to you guys since Monday, and a lot has kind of happened since Monday morning. So for one thing, I have finished 2 books, which is fantastic. So I'm going to, of course, share my reviews for both of those books. The other thing first, before I get into that, is that yesterday, the reason I didn't do an update is because I spent the day in the emergency room. Yay me. Everything's fine. No need to worry. I feel better than I have in weeks now. A lot of it was anxiety. So essentially what has been happening that I haven't really been saying too much about because there's really not much to say is that I've been dealing with some palpitations, more than normal. I always have them, but this just seemed to be more than normal, if that makes sense. And it just, it was a thing. And then over the last... I guess since last week, this time last week, they started really happening at night. And if you watch my last vlog, you'll see that on Sunday, I talked about the fact that I wasn't feeling well. That was partially Saturday night was a lot of, I didn't sleep because I was constantly having palpitations all night long. And it's frightening. And so on Sunday, I had actually thought about going to the emergency room and decided against it because I was feeling better in the morning. I'm like, okay, blah, 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 I feel good. I'm not going to waste anybody's time and go. I'm like, it's probably just a thing and it's past and whatever. I wasn't in arrhythmia. I wasn't in atrial fibrillation, nothing like that. My heart rate was normal, blah, blah, blah. So then on Monday into Tuesday, I had it again. And again, I didn't sleep all night pretty much because I was having these palpitations. And I was anxious and I was sick to my stomach and it was not pleasant. And I but when I finally got up at 6:30 in the morning, I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this. I need to go get looked at. So I made the decision to go to the hospital yesterday And by the time I got to the hospital, no longer having palpitations. And I told them that. So it was fine, but they're like, we're glad you came because you are a specialty case. You know, we need to keep an eye on these things. So I pretty much was at the hospital yesterday from about 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. And that's mainly because everything is slow. I was not a priority, and I fully understand that. There were people there who were much, much sicker than me, who needed, you know, I was fine. I could have walked out the door and been perfectly fine. But they wanted to make sure that everything was tickety-boo. They ran blood work, everything came back normal. They did a chest x-ray, everything looks great. They had the pacemaker clinic come down and test. The lead works perfectly, the pacemaker works perfectly, you know, and then my cardiologist came down and she's like, yeah, you're good, you know, and she kind of, we talked a bit about the palpitations and what I've been feeling and what's been going on and what's been going on personally. And I have been under a little bit of stress. You guys wouldn't know because I haven't really been saying too much, but Garrett had been out of work still. As of yesterday, he does have a job, it looks like, or at least a lot of great possibilities. So my stress level has come down significantly just within the last 24 hours. So that's really great. So that doesn't, you know, like when I'm always going to have these jolts and these palpitations, right? But like in the middle of the night, we all know, we've all been there. That's like you're laying there staring at the ceiling and you've got all these thoughts in your head. And when you're not feeling well, those thoughts tend to pile on top of themselves, right? And I think that's what was happening, is that I was having palpitations, but and I'm not like I'm blaming myself, but almost like my brain was making it worse, because then I would start to get anxious. And of course, anxiety causes palpitations. And then and I was anxious about the palpitations. And then, you know, does that all make sense? So that's what we figure happened. But the fact that I've now been told I'm okay and everything is fine, and they actually, from the pacemaker, they could see that I did not hit any really high heart rates in the last, I don't know how long it goes back to, month, 2 months. I don't know how long it keeps records for on the pacemaker itself. Really made me feel better. So I'm okay and everything's good. I got out of the hospital. They gave me my discharge papers. My doctor, she's like, we'll see you, because I'm actually down there in September for a bunch of tests and stuff like that. So I got to go in September. Just a few weeks actually, because like this whole time that all this had been going on, I'm like, I have an appointment to see them in like a month, but I'm like, I can't wait a month. I can't do another month not sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Last night I slept like a baby, guys. It was fantastic. So I'm also trying to cut out caffeine at night, and in the afternoon and in the evening, no more soda, no more hot chocolate, no more, not that I drink a lot of hot chocolate, but no more soda. I'm even going to try and stay away from caffeinated teas, definitely coffee. Occasionally I will have a coffee at night. It's very rare, but for sure, no more. I can have it if it's a decaf, that's fine. So yeah, and actually this morning I'm enjoying a decaf coffee, because for me, it's not the caffeine with the coffee, it's the coffee creamer. So that's what makes me happy. So anyway, all is good. I feel great, blah, blah, blah. So book reviews, let's get into that. So the first book I finished on Monday night was Bulletproof Christmas by Barb. So this is a Harlequin intrigue novel. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. I enjoyed it a lot, but again, not again, I shouldn't say that because you guys won't have seen that yet. So I talked about this in my Harlequin Anticipated Reads vlog that's going to come out at the end of this month. I think it's due to go out the 1st of September. Anyway, this is the final book in a series. And like that book I was talking about in that vlog, I really think that it'd be beneficial if you read the whole series in order. Usually I'm someone who doesn't say that, especially when it comes to romance series. You can really read them out of order. This was a self-contained novel. You didn't miss anything. But there is kind of a lot going on with the family, revolving around the death of this father and then these 6 siblings. So this is the 6th and final book. It is the story of, his name is Rory and her name is Cadence. Cadence is her name. So you can't tell from the cover of that picture, because I didn't know. She's pregnant, very pregnant with twins in this book. So they had a one-night stand, you know, however long ago, 5-6 months ago. And he has now been hired to look for poachers on the family's ranch. And then he sees her again and realizes she's pregnant. So there's that romance part of the story that's happening. The second chance between the two of them. But also there's this whole plot line, because this is an intrigue novel that revolves around someone is after her. So in the first book in this series, or maybe prior to the first book in the series, I don't know, I haven't read it yet, her father is murdered. And you know, they're trying to find out who murdered him. That's revealed in this book. So essentially, if you read them in the proper order, you kind of get more bang for your buck. Like, it was a little, I wasn't let down, but I'm sure that I think I would have gotten much more out of the reveal of the murderer had I have read the first 5 books. Does that make sense? The other thing is that, I mean, not that I always say this. This is a Christmas book, not really Christmassy. It could have been set at any time of the year. Christmas was not a big thing in this. It just so happened that it was set in late December, and let's call it Bulletproof Christmas, and let's mention Christmas half a dozen times in the book. And that's really about it, you guys. There is no Christmas carols. There is no white snow. This takes place in Texas, in South Texas, like, where I guess they don't get a lot of snow in the wintertime. And, stuff like that. So just do keep that in mind if you're looking for a feel-good Christmas romantic suspense, because there are some romantic suspense novels that take place at the holidays that do a very good job of intermixing the holidays along with that suspenseful element. This is not one of them, but I'm not faulting the book for that. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. It was probably more of a situation of write the book, set one at Christmas time, because Christmas time books sell really well. So yeah, so I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The other book that I finished, sorry you guys, the other book that I finished yesterday on my drive to the hospital was Marshmallow, Malice by Amanda Flower. This is the 5th book in the Amish Candy Shop Mystery Series. I have this one, Lemon Drop Dead, and Peanut Butter Panic, and then I'm caught up in the series. Or no, I have Lemon Drop Dead and Peanut Butter Panic, so only 2 more and I'm caught up in this series. So I'm really excited. I don't know if there's going to be more or not. So I can't really get into the character backstory on this one because it will ruin things for those of you who are reading your way through the series now. So I don't want to say too much about what's happening, but I can say, like, in terms of the mystery itself, it involves a woman who is formerly Amish, who has fallen into some hard times. There is some good discussion in here on drinking and alcohol and alcoholism. So that is definitely a very important topic that is discussed within this book. Not only by the character who passed away and people who, like the character who was murdered, not passed away, the character who was murdered, but also one of the main characters that a lot of people who have been reading through the series have come to know and really care about. And, how that character can be viewed now by other characters because of things that were revealed. I know I'm being very vague, but again, I don't want to spoil things for people who haven't read the series or who are reading this one in order and they don't want to be spoiled for anything that's coming. This is one of my favorites so far, I have to say. I really enjoyed it. It takes place around the 4th of July, actually. And there is, towards the end of the book, it takes place during the 4th of July. So, yeah, I thought that was really interesting. You wouldn't have known that from the cover. But it also, if you can't tell from the cover, it does kind of involve a wedding of sorts. No, it does involve a wedding, not of sorts. It does involve a wedding. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, you guys. I was really surprised at who the murderer was, and I was like, okay, there was kind of a lot going on. This one almost felt, because of some of the things, a little grittier than any of the books that came before it, if that makes sense. But yeah, really enjoyed it, highly recommend it. Really great. So what am I currently reading? I am going to be heading off to work very soon and back into the office today. And I'm going to be starting on audio. The Couple at Number 9, I think it's called, by Claire Douglas. I saw this one at the library. The cover really intrigued me. It's a thriller. I didn't read anything about it, and I'm really excited to jump into it. I think it's like 12 hours long on audio, so it's going to be a long audiobook, but I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I will report back as I listen to this one. And I am still reading, and I've cut myself down. Like, I finished this book, and I'm like, now I'm to the point where I've got too many books on the go. I'm like, let's just finish the next in the line. And this is the next soonest that I'll get done. And I'm still reading Christmas Candy Killing by Christina Romili. Oops, sorry, banging the table. This is a NetGalley arc. I think it comes out in October. But it's another cozy mystery, and so far I am really enjoying it. So not too much to report on that one. I would like to get that one done today. We shall see. But I had a book haul, guys, that I was promising you from a few days ago. So I think I mentioned last week in my last vlog that I was part of a BookTube Besties virtual retreat, and it was so much fun. It took place from Friday night at 8 p.m. until Saturday night at 8 p.m. So it was 24 hours. It was all on Zoom. It was all virtual. It was hosted by Krista over at Books and Jams, Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library, Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, and Amanda from The Curly Reader. And it was a lot of fun. So during that pardon me, I've got the hiccups. There were some panel discussions, and one of them was on historical fiction, and I joined that one because I really do enjoy a lot of historical fiction. And a lot of things were being discussed, and while we were in this discussion, I ended up going on Amazon and making a book purchase. But books can't travel separately, even from Amazon, so I had to order 2. But I did get this one physically, mainly because I think the cover is absolutely gorgeous. And this is going to be my first Readathon. And it's called Out of the Easy. And this is one that I've not heard of by her, but I was looking up her books. And I saw this one. I'm like, ooh, New Orleans is a huge buzzword for me when it comes to books in general. It doesn't matter what, it could be a contemporary romance, a romantic suspense, a thriller, you know, in this case, a YA historical fiction set in New Orleans. I'm down, I'm sold. And it says, the French Quarter simmers with secrets. Having grown up in the heart of New Orleans, of the New Orleans underworld, Josie Moraine wants more out of life than the Big Easy has to offer. She devises a plan to get out, but a mysterious death in the quarter leaves Josie tangled in the investigation that will challenge her conscience, her loyalties, and her darkest fears. Caught between the dream of an elite college and the underworld, Josie must choose between who she is now and who she longs to become, between when to hold on and how to let go. With characters and atmosphere reminiscent of the great Southern novels, Readathon creates a rich story of secrets, lies, and the haunting reminders that our decisions shape our destinies. So doesn't that sound great? So I think it takes place in, bear with, does it tell me at the beginning? Nope. 1940s? Yeah, okay. Wow. Tell me this isn't great. This isn't an opening paragraph that will draw you in. My mother's a prostitute, not the filthy street-walking kind. She's actually quite pretty, fairly well-spoken, and has lovely clothes, but she sleeps with men for money or gifts, and according to the dictionary, that makes her a prostitute. I'm totally intrigued now. And it says she started working in 1940 when I was 7, so this must take place in the late 1940s. So, yay. I am very excited. Or early 1950s, maybe. I could have sworn I'd seen somewhere that it mentioned the time period. I think it's the early 1950s, but don't quote me on that. This came out in 2013, so it's almost a 10-year-old book at this point, right? So, yay, I got that one. And for a more recent release and something completely different, I've seen so many people reading this one. People don't know that I don't start work till 11 o'clock. And I'm not even in the office yet. I will call you back. A lot of people have been reading this. I'm a big fan of this author. People are like, they really like this book. And I believe she self-published this one. So that's why I decided to get it as a physical edition. And it was on sale as well for only $9. So it was like right the same price almost as the Kindle edition. And I'm like, why not? I do love the cover. My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. So I'm very excited. Just very quickly, I'm going to read the back here. In sweet, sunny Cape Cod, just me and my beloved brother, but discovering a corpse in our rental house really throws a wrench into our tanning schedule. Now a rude, crude bounty hunter has arrived on the back of his motorcycle to catch the killer and refuses to believe I can be helpful, despite countless hours of true crime podcast listening. Not to mention a fulfilling teaching career of wrangling second graders. Brash bounty hunter and an energetic elementary school teacher, the murder-solving team no one asked for, but thanks to these pesky attempts on my life, we're stuck together come hell or high tide. I love that it's like, I want to say a cozy mystery because she's an amateur sleuth, but also like, I don't know, it just, and a very steamy romance, because this is Tessa Bailey. Like, you know when you get a new book and you just kind of like flip through and you're just kind of, I don't know if you guys do this too, but I'll flip through and I'll like stop on a certain page and just read a little bit. I got to a certain page, I went, whoa, yeah, this is a Tessa Bailey. I forgot about that. So I'm really looking forward to getting this one, guys. I'm going to try and read this one before the end of the month. I'm going to put this one in somewhere. It's going on my to be read, like before the end of August, because I just feel like this is an August read. Do you know what I mean? So yay. And this one I might hold off to like October, September, October, because it feels like very fall. So yeah. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Bit of a longer clip, but I did not have one for y'all yesterday. And I am off. I have to go make my lunch and head off to work. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Morning, friends. Today is Thursday. It is the 18th of August, and it is just after 8 in the morning. I got some stuff to do. I am working from home today, which is great, but I have to go out for a little bit and get some stuff done before I start work, so I wanted to get these filmed before I headed out and all that good stuff. So nothing really to report, you guys, but I just wanted to make sure that I sat down because the last few vlogs I've been forgetting to, record because I'm like, oh, I didn't finish anything, so I'm not going to bother sitting down and saying hi. And then before you know it, like 3 days goes by. And so I did finish a book yesterday, though, you guys, but it's a Harlequin Anticipated Reads book. So that will be coming out at the vlog, or coming at the vlog at the end of the month. I have to say, I absolutely loved it. Will not be surprised if it hits my top 5 of the month. So that's a good thing. So yeah, very excited. So still reading. I started the couple at number 9 yesterday, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's a thriller. I don't think I've ever read Claire Douglas before, and she's a British author, and it takes place, of course, in the UK, and I'm enjoying it immensely. Very creepy. There's clearly something going on with the past, and I don't want to say anything else. I'm actually hoping to get it done today. That's my goal. And I did not get anything read in a Christmas candy killing because I was focused on the Harlequin book last night. That's kind of, I wanted to get that finished because I was so close to having it done. And I've been like, not slacking on those, but those are like, I'm not reading as many of them as I'd like to in the month. So I want to focus back on those a little bit more. So I did focus on that last night and got it read. So very happy about that. But that's it. So those are the books I'm working on. If I have a good day today, I'd like to be able to finish both of them. So we shall see. But I will report back tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday. And yay. So I will talk to you guys then. Take care. Bye, guys. It seems that for the past few weeks, every time I get Bernard on camera, it's upside down Bernard. Eh? We're hanging out this morning, him and I. It's Friday. Eh? The cord's from the phone. I'm charging my phone right now. But there's the bean. Old man Bean. Hi everybody, happy Friday. Today is the 19th of August and it is about 9:30? 9:32 a.m. So out of the shower, ready for work. Yes, I'm going into the office today on a Friday. Wah, wah, wah. It's fine, it is what it is. Not that big a deal. So, welcome to the start of the Create Your Own Readathon reading weekend. Yay, I'm so excited. So I thought I would sit down here and just kind of tell you guys what my plans were for the weekend, and I will be updating you throughout the weekend as much as I possibly can. So in very exciting news, not really, I have not finished any books. I am still reading through the Couplet number 9 by Claire Douglas. I am not even halfway through that yet. I gotta get I have a lot of admin to do today, so I'm really hoping I can just pop my audiobook in at work and just let it play and get it finished. And also I still need to finish A Christmas Candy Killing. A Christmas Candy Killing? I think that's what it's called. The cover will be popped right up here, you guys, because I don't have my e-reader in front of me. So I need to finish those. The reason I need to finish those is because the next 2 books I want to start are for this readathon this weekend. So the whole point of the readathon is to kind of create your own readathon. Create something that you do. You want to finish books? Do you want to start a book? Do you want to whatever? But I did give a theme just to make it a little bit more fun. So if you're looking for looking for certain books to read, this is the way you can do it. So my personal goal for the weekend is over the next 3 days, I'd like to finish 750 pages. I know, I'm shooting high. 200, is that 250 pages a day? 250 and 250 is 5, 6, 750, yes. So 250 pages a day is my goal on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the scary part is I have to work on both Friday and Sunday. I did not plan this out well, did I, people? But if I get enough audio in, I should be good. So, yay. But along with that, the theme, of course, is the dog days of summer. So both of the books that I have feature dogs and the summer, which is very exciting. So my ebook is called The Summer Cottage by Annie Raines. It's what I'm going to be starting after the Christmas Candy Killing book that I'm reading. So I'll pop a cover of it up here. It's also my book from last week, or from this week, excuse me, a book with orange on the cover. I actually changed it out. It was going to be an Abby Waxman book, I think, but I changed it for this one because this I have on NetGalley to read. It's already been released, and I borrowed it from the library because I don't have a digital edition from NetGalley anymore. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Orange, of course, with the hammock and all the things, and there's a dog on the cover, so it fits Dog Days of Summer. And then my audiobook that I actually like to start and finish tomorrow because it's not very long, is the second book in the, oh my goodness, what's the series called? I'm completely drawing a blank. The Dirty Dancing referenced one. No, it doesn't reference the movie Dirty Dancing, but it takes place in the same location, roughly the same location. The Catskills Summer Resort Mystery Series. That's it. Okay. So I think it's called Deadly Director's Cut, and it's the second book. Again, it takes place in the summertime at a resort in the Catskills in the 1950s, and there's a dog in the story. So again, both books fit kind of the prompt of Dog Days of Summer. So stay tuned for the rest of this weekend, you guys. I will update you as I go with the amount I'm getting read. And like I said, I am very, very much hoping to finish both the Candy Christmas Killing one, as well as the couple at number 9, so I can get those done. A part of me thought about putting them both to the side and then reading these other ones, but I'm like, the couple at number 9 needs to go back to the library. There are a ton of people waiting for that audiobook, so I just need to get it done today. That's kind of that's my bigger goal more than anything. You know, I can always put the other one aside, the other cozy. I've been reading it for over a week, and this part of me is like, maybe I should just put it aside and not read it right now. But I'm already halfway through it, you guys. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide by the end of the day. That'll be my thing. We'll see how far I get by the end of the day. If I don't make it much further into it, because I'm not picking it up, then I will say it's a DNF for now, and I'll come back to it, maybe, at some point. But because I already feel like I've spent all this time on this book, when in reality, I haven't been reading it all that much. It just feels like a long time. Does that make sense? So we'll see where I get tonight. I might just go ahead and just start the Annie Raines book. I think that just might be it. Guys, executive decision has been made. I am DNFing the Christmas Candy because I'm just not, but I am kind of enjoying it. I want to find out who the killer is. All right, never mind. Back to what I originally said. This is probably all going to change throughout this weekend. We'll see how far I get by the end of the day, and we'll go from there. Anyway, goal for today, 250 pages, my friends. I will check in with you later this afternoon. I'll probably check in with you guys this afternoon, and then maybe again this evening. I'll try and do a couple check-ins every day over the weekend instead of just doing the one check-in per day, just to keep you guys updated as we go through the Readathon weekend. Like I said, did I say? I don't know if I said it or if I just thought it. I was thinking about doing a separate vlog just for this, but I thought, no, let's just amalgamate it all together. That's just as fun too. So, all right, guys, I got to get ready for work. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, friends. It is later on Friday. As promised, I am doing another check-in. So very quickly, I'm just kind of standing over here in the book room corner because you don't get this view very often. Anyway, I almost fell over doing that. So, gotta love a good selfie stick. So anyway, essentially, I made the decision this morning to DNF 2 books. Not 1, friends. 2. So essentially what that means is that as soon as I stopped my recording this morning, I'm like, I just wasn't feeling like finishing off the Candy Christmas Cozy Mystery one that I was reading. It's not that I wasn't liking it. It was fine. It was an average cozy mystery. I just realized I've been reading it for over a week and was not even halfway through it. And I'm like, I'm just not picking this up. So I decided to put it aside. It's not a situation with both the books. It's not a situation where I'm done reading these. I'm never picking them up again. I may very well pick either one of them up again, just not anytime soon. Obviously the books just wasn't the right time for them right now. The other book is the one by Claire Douglas, The Couple in Cabin 9, or in Cottage 9, or whatever it is. A picture will be up here. Again, this was a thriller, so I can't say too much about it. It's about a couple that moves into a new-to-them house. It used to belong to the female lead's grandmother, and it was willed to her. I don't want to get into the whole backstory of the whole thing, but they find 2 dead bodies in the garden. And that's the plot, pretty much. And not that I wasn't enjoying it. There were 11 people waiting for that book at the library on audio. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to finish it today or tomorrow. I was really excited about jumping into the books for the Readathon this weekend. So I thought, let's just put that one down as well. Again, I wasn't even just a little over 30% of the way through it. So I really was not that far into it. It's an almost 13-hour long audiobook. So it's a long audiobook. So I decided to put that one to the side as well. And again, it's not I will never pick it up again. I may not. We shall see. So anyway, I put that one to the side as well, and I returned it, and so somebody else can happily listen to it. And I started Deadly Director's Cut by Vicki Delaney. So my page count for today, right now, it is about 5 minutes to 4. We are at 52 pages. So only 198 more pages to go for today. So I'm going to put like the tally like right here. 52 pages so far out of the 750. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Anyway, I will probably update again tonight at some point, you guys. And I'll talk to you then. Bye. I have no idea what he's looking at. But anybody else who have cats who do that, just suddenly glance off into the corner of a room where there's literally nothing and just stare at it? It's creepy, sir. It's creepy. Morning, friends. Happy Saturday. Today is the 20th of August, and it is 7:41 a.m. Been awake for about 20 minutes, just updating my reading spreadsheet, which is what I do first thing in the morning. I know, because I'm a geek. And yesterday was a whopping 112 pages read. I really need to up the game if I want to hit my 750 by the end of the weekend. I have today with nothing, no work or anything like that, but I am working tomorrow. So yeah, I will update you guys again later on today with, just a reading update, but obviously no books finished yesterday or anything like that. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hi friends, happy Sunday. Today is the 21st of August, and it is about 9:30 in the morning. I am actually working from home today. I have a quick 2 minutes to pop in to say hello. I did not update at all again yesterday. I just had that quick update first thing in the morning when I got up. But I wanted to pop in and say hi. To say yesterday, I did read a lot yesterday. I got about 150-ish pages read. I think I still need something like 500 pages to finish my goal for the weekend, and that's not going to happen, my friends. It's just not going to happen. I'm working from home until 4 o'clock today, so it's 9 till 4. It's only 7 hours, but it's 7 busy hours. I've got appointments booked back to back for most of the day, and yeah, so that's a thing. But yeah, I don't have much else to share with you guys. I am reading a whole bunch of things. I am still reading Deadly Director's Cut by Vicki Delaney. I am reading The Summer Cottage by Annie Raines. Today, actually, though, I think I'm going to try and work on finishing Kidnapped by Francine Pascal, the Sweet Valley High book that I've been reading. I started it like 4 or 5 days ago. And then I haven't picked it up. And I can probably, if I just take the time, like between phone calls, if I read a chapter or something like that, I can get this thing done. So that's kind of my goal. The other thing is I did end up picking up another book the other day, and I haven't shown you guys this yet, but I've shown you guys this book before, but I haven't shown it that I've started it. So I did start reading. I'm about that far into Tangled Lies by Anne Stewart. So this is available on audio if I wanted to, but I haven't picked up on audio because it's an Audible exclusive. And I don't want to spend $14 for $14 American dollars for a credit, which is 14 Canadian dollars for a credit, for a 6-hour long audiobook when I have a perfectly serviceable print copy right here. I don't get through audio. I don't listen to audio to get through books quickly. That's not my goal with audio. Audiobooks allow me to read while I'm doing other things. So I don't use audio as a way to speed. And I'm not saying that anyone who does that is wrong, because they're not wrong. We all read it our own way. But like, for example, I'm listening to Deadly Director's Cut on audio. But for parts of yesterday, because I borrowed both the ebook and the audiobook from the library, like when I just felt like sitting and reading, I picked up the ebook and just read it. As opposed to listening to it. But when I like having an audiobook on the go for when I'm commuting back and forth to work, or if I feel like crafting while I'm reading. But I don't know how much crafting I'm going to get done today. I've done something to my shoulder. I think I did a lot of crafting yesterday while I was kind of like reading and stuff like that. So I think that may be what I have done. So I think I'm going to lay off the knitting needles and the cross stitch for today. But anyway, I did start this. I'm about 50 pages into it. It's freaking weird. It's when was this published? 1980 something? 1984, October of 1984. So essentially, the plot of this story is that our main characters, Rachel and Emmett, is it Emmett? It's Emmett, right? They're brother and sister, and I'm going to use that term very loosely because it's something you find out relatively earlier on in the book. So Rachel had this brother named Emmett, and something has. So I had to fix my brain to when this book was written and when it took place because it's almost 40 years ago now. But the book starts off in 1969. I'm like, oh my God, that was a gazillion years ago. My dad would have been 20 in 1969. I was born only 10 years later. So, anyway, I had to get out of that headspace that was so long ago, when in reality, in terms of this book, it was not that long ago. So then the book starts off in the early 1980s, 1984, let's say, right? So after this bombing that happened in 1969, Rachel's brother was part of that, and he kind of went into hiding. And so every year he's been sending her these porcelain butterflies or something like that. Now there's a big age gap between them, and they are half brother and sister. So they share the same mother but different fathers. So, and the mother passed away when Rachel was less than a year old. So she doesn't know her mother. They were raised by their grandparents. So anyway, after this bombing, he took off, and she hasn't seen him in 15 years, essentially, right? So at the time that he disappeared, she was 12 or 15, because she's almost 30 now. And is she almost 30? And he's 40, because he's a good decade older than she is, right? Which was very common with romances back then, where you had this the male was often quite a bit older to the female. So anyway, what happened is that I don't know the whole story yet, and I'm still trying to piece that together as I'm reading this. But now as the reader, and I'm only 50 pages in, I'm on chapter 5. So, clearly you find this out very early on in the book, that clearly it's not her brother, that it's someone posing as her brother, but we don't know what happened to the brother. We don't know what's going on. We don't know any of the things yet, right? So rumor has it that her brother has surfaced in Hawaii, at the family's compound in Hawaii. So she is headed off there. And that's where our story starts, is that she's now found him, and she's missed him, and she's, blah, 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 and she's so happy to see him. She hasn't seen him in 15 years, and there's a 10-year age gap between them. So even if it was her blood brother, it still seemed a little weird and kind of creepy, because she acts very, very young. Very young. So the scene I just finished, they were talking, and I guess she fell asleep on the couch, and he put her, he laid her down on her bed, and he's like, okay, good night, whatever. And she said something to her, in her sleep, oh, give me a kiss, and he kissed her cheek or something, or she goes, no, when we were kids, and it was kiss her forehead, her nose, and her lip, and I'm like, it's your brother, it just got a little too flowers in the attic for me. So this is I had picked this book up for Garb August, and I definitely think it's fitting the bill. Because, as much as I love the category of romance books, this is trash, but I think a lot of it has to do with the time period it was told, because romance novels were a lot different in the 80s, right? So I will persevere. I'm not enjoying the book. It's fun, and if you don't take it seriously. I know in my head, this is not going to be a good book. It's going to be a good book, but it's not going to be a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. Let's put it that way. So I will update you guys later on. But yeah, so anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to check in very quickly and say hello. And yeah, I will update you guys at the end of the day with my reading, and we will talk then. Bye, everybody. Hi friends, happy Sunday. It is Sunday night, it is about 7:30, and I thought I would check in with the final clip of the vlog. So this has been a really bad weekend for me for reading. It was the Create Your Own Readathon weekend. I was hosting it and I failed. I had a goal of 750 pages. I think I maybe hit 300 and something, which isn't bad. I mean, I got over 100 pages a day, which is really, really good, but not nearly as much reading as I wanted to get done. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it's okay. I finished one book. I still have a bunch of books I want to get to before the end of the month, and we really have only like a week and a half left. I was just looking at the calendar, so I'll get to what I get to. I am not concerned about it at all. You know, it is what it is. And the thing is now, like, the books that I am reading, I am enjoying. I think I talked about this a couple days ago, obviously, that I decided to not finish those two books, the Candy Christmas Killing one and the Couple in Cabin 9. With the Candy Christmas Killing one, I kind of knew days before that was a book I really wasn't enjoying, but I was still kind of like, oh, I'll still read it, and then I wouldn't get to it. I think I need to get better at when I've made a decision, like when I've thought, you know what, I'm not really enjoying this, to maybe give it one more day, and if it's still not something that's grabbing my attention, put it down. You don't have to finish the book. Do you know what I mean? I have so many other things going on, so many other books to read, only so much time. You guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I think that's what really kind of pushed me back for the month of August, but August has still been a really good reading month, and I'm very happy. So I did finish another book, so that's part of the reason I'm popping on here to talk to you guys, because I want to share that book with you. So sorry, just logging onto my laptop here, so I have the rest of the information, because I cannot remember how many books I have read this week. So you guys will know, because it'll all be in the description box below with the timestamps. But me, not so much. I think it's 3 or 4. I think. So anyway, today I worked. It was really, really busy, actually, for a Sunday. It's not like we had a lot of calls coming in, but over the last, like, all day Saturday, we get a lot of, because I work in the client services department. And what happens is like people fill out online forms or Facebook requests or whatever, like from all of our different social media, that they want to be contacted in regards to talking about their financial issues. So I have to do all those callbacks, right? So that's what took quite a bit of time today. And it was fine. I got some people on the phone, not a lot of people, but some. And the people that I did get on the phone were, of course, wanting some help. So that's what I was there for. So yeah. So it was a lot busier today than it normally would be on a Sunday. So yeah, 4 books. I was right. So I did finish 4 books this week. So, yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. This week coming, I have, I'm working Monday to Thursday, and then I'm off on Friday. And so I'm off Friday because I worked today. I'm off Friday. I'm, of course, off Saturday. And I'm actually working again next Sunday. But, knock on wood, I have a feeling it might not be as busy next Sunday, because we're going into the long weekend. Like, that's the weekend, and then the next weekend is the long weekend. So I feel like coming up, a lot of people are starting to go on vacation. A lot of people take the last few weeks of August, or, you know, for our area, kids don't go back to school till after Labor Day. So anyway, let me close this because I'm getting some really weird lighting situation. So, yeah, but anyway, I'm rambling. I finished a book. So today, or just now, I finished reading Sweet Valley High number 13, which was called Kidnapped, of course, by Francine Pascal. In this book, Elizabeth gets kidnapped. I had put this book aside. I finished it today in like an hour or so. I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole today while I was working, because, like, even though I had phone calls to make, I was able to, like, pause videos, but, like, in between, like, filling out stuff and doing admin stuff, I was able to watch YouTube videos. So I fell down a rabbit hole. But anyway, that's fine. So, watching people's vlogs traveling to the Antarctica. I don't know why, but I am. So, anyway, back to Sweet Valley High. So, I decided this morning, I'm like, you know what? I was 30% of the way through this book. These are not long books at all. Just get it done. So I finished it. That was my choice. That was my decision. That's the book I decided to read. So I have right now, full disclosure, I think I have like 10 books that I currently have in my queue, like ones I've talked about over the last few weeks with my Friday, you know, what I'm reading next week videos, and 10 books that I have not gotten to yet. So let's see what I can do in a week, you guys. Let's see what I can do in a week. Can I finish 10 books in a week? Maybe. Can I finish 10 books before the end of the month? That's the question. So we have 7, 8, we have 10 days left. 10 days left this month. And I'd like to finish 10 books, maybe 11, because I know for sure I want to get Peanut Butter Panic in there. But I think I already have that on my list. So 10 books in 10 days. Can I do it? Let's find out together. Very exciting. So, like I said, oh gosh, I've been like going back and forth. I finished Kidnapped. So in this book, Elizabeth was working as a candy striper. I guess back then I don't know if they have a different name now, but back in the 80s, that's what they were called. And she was a candy striper and working at the hospital, and she gets kidnapped by an orderly. And she's only like, I mean, I'm not downgrading being kidnapped, but she was taken for like 2 or 3 days. Of course, the big drama in the book is Jessica blames herself because, oh, if she'd only waited for her sister at the house instead of going to the party where she was going to meet the boy. You know, Jessica always makes it about Jessica, right? Someone else could be murdered and she'd be like, oh my God, it's all my fault. And, you know, attention on me. That's the Jessica character anyway. So yeah, I ended up giving this one 3.5 stars. It was fine. It was fun. I literally, if I just sat with it, I would have finished it in an hour. So yay, I'm glad I got it done. And another book done for the month. So what have I finished this week? Let me open this back up again so we can get the weird lighting. So like I said, I read 4 books this week. So the first one was Bulletproof Christmas by Barb. I gave this book 3.5 stars. It was book 6 in the Crisis Cattle Barge series, and it is of course a Harlequin intrigue novel. I also finished Marshmallow, Malice by Amanda Flower. I gave that book 4 stars. Amish Candy Shop Mystery number 5. Listened to it on audio, and it was narrated by Rebecca Mitchell. And thank you very much to NetGalley and Kensington Books for sending me an e-arc copy of that book to read and review. I also read One Night with the Maverick by Melissa Sennett. This one is going to be, you'll see this at the end of the month in my Harlequin Anticipated Reads vlog. Really like this one. I'm not even going to give you guys star ratings now. I'm just going to let you wait until that vlog to get my full thoughts. And of course, I just finished reading Kidnapped by Francine Pascal. What did I say? 3.5 stars? 3.5 stars on this one. I haven't done all my updates yet for my reading, but 3.5 stars is where we're going to land on this one. And yeah, so guys, that's it. Ending the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.